Hello, and we are here at the Malaysia Midseason Showdown here at TACC.
Yeah, we'll be casting the top 8 for the MSS, which is a tournament after the Malaysia Open. Relatively small tournament, I think we have about 30 players here, but nonetheless, the best of the best, the 8, have surfaced to make it to the top card here today. And we'll be bringing you the match between the 2nd seed and the 7th seed, Yoko versus Kyril. My name is Justin, and casting with me is Ang Wei Wen, who was the semi-finalist, I believe, actually,
Yes,
for the Malaysia Open.
Open.
So congratulations,
Thank
and nice hair as well.
Okay, we'll be casting Kyril. Kyril never really cut events over here in Malaysia before, from what I know. So this, if I'm not wrong, is his first top cut in a considerably big event, knowing that since it's MSS.
Yeah, well, we don't really know too much about him, but the fact that he's made it to top cut, I think, says a lot about his skill. And yeah, he'll be one to watch. And his opponent, Yoko, is actually a very seasoned player as well. She's hailing from Singapore, but I believe she's Japanese as well. So she's been a lot of different events, both Singapore and overseas. She's been traveling a fair bit as well. Wow, what's her CP count at this point?
I think currently it's about 460 something.
Yeah, so that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Gunning for the pay invite and such. And yeah, so she's no slouch as well. So I think Kyril has a bit of an uphill climb against his opponent. I did see a bit of the match between Yoko and Melvin when Yoko was fighting. So she's using a rain team, as you can see on the screen here. Tapu Koko, Mans, Pelipper, Ludicolo, Swampert, and the Escavalier.
Whereas Kyril seems to be using a rain team as well. Pelipper, Ludicolo, Swampert, Raichu, not the normal Raichu.
Yeah, not the Alolan form.
Kanto Raichu, Incineroar, and Tapu Fini here.
Yeah, so you're right. As they pointed out, both of them are running rain teams, although there are some slight variations between the two. Yoko, for one, is choosing to opt for the Koko, whereas Kyril is opting for the Fini. Yeah.
I find it's a bit hard for Kyril to bring the Incineroar here, don't you think so?
Definitely. A lot of water types flying around. Swampert does threaten with Earthquake as well. But no, I think Kyril might want to bring Raichu because that's really good against Koko for one. You can redirect all those electric attacks. And you can threaten Pelipper and to a certain extent Ludicolo, though you do have to watch out for Swampert. Interestingly though, Yoko does have Escavalier, which is a notably very slow Pokemon. So I assume that will be for Trick Room matchups. And I doubt that will come into play for this match.
We are going to the first match of our mid-season showdown top cut. Yoko Taguma versus Kyril.
Yeah, so both rain teams, is going to be interesting to see what sort of leads, like which player decides to bring rain, which player chooses not to bring their rain setter. And yeah, we do see Pelipper and Ludicolo come out for the side of Kyril, and Yoko chooses to lead Ludicolo and Swampert. So she's predicting that Kyril would bring the rain lead and she's just taking advantage of it.
Well, nice call on Yoko there. But the Swampert is still in a quite not so favorable position because of the Ludicolo at the moment.
Yeah, you're right. The 4 times weakness to grass is not something Swampert is enjoying right now. And Kyril does have Pelipper to set up Tailwind. That should give an edge between both of these rain teams, you know, the speed advantage. Yeah, Swampert doesn't look like a very good start here for Yoko. I think she might switch out. I think that's logical.
So maybe then Kyril could use this opportunity to catch a switch on Yoko's and maybe pick up a KO also.
Yes, that is likely. We do have to mention that both these players, Ludicolos, we're not sure whether they're running Assault Vest or the Water Z, although the Z move is fairly popular from what I've been seeing.
Oh, we see Swampert just going for the Mega here, not switching up to switch out here.
Okay. Interesting. Not fearing the Ludicolo 4 times weakness grass here.
Oh.
Okay, I spoke too soon. He does fear the 4 times weakness grass. Goes for the protect. Whereas Ludicolo going for the fake out here. Oh, onto Yoko's own Ludicolo.
That was a relatively obvious fake out though, coming from...
Well, in the the ideal situation is both players just fake out the partners. But Kyril very confidently going for the fake out on Yoko's own Ludicolo, maybe indicative. Again, we're not sure of speed ties and such.
Because Yoko did not get a fake out of
yes, that is true. We're not sure if it's speed tie because sometimes Ludicolos, with their Swift Sim ability, opt not to invest into speed. So maybe Kyril invested in some and Yoko didn't.
Yoko could be running a more bulky variant of the Ludicolo.
Yeah, that is likely. And regardless of what has happened, Kyril does have a 3-turn speed advantage. And yeah, Yoko's Swampert is going to play chicken, not wanting to eat an energy ball at Escavalier. Oh, nice switch in though if he catches the energy ball.
Double switch on Yoko's end.
Okay.
Yeah, Oh.
Hey! Well, yes, Chinese for Yafan is duck rice. And we do see Waterium, so no energy ball actually.
I won't be surprised if this is going to the Swampert spot, cause like I said earlier, the most likely the Swampert is gonna switch out, cause even if it doesn't, it can't really do anything.
Yes, yes.
So therefore, Kyrio can utilize this switch, and as we see here, going for the Hydro Vortex.
Very, very well read here. You know, no wonder you're the semi-finalist for the Malaysia Open. And Escavalier goes down to a single Hydro Vortex here. On hindsight, that does make sense because Swampert still takes neutral hit from the Hydro Vortex, and Hurricane connects here with Yoko's own Pelipper, who is confused.
And it snatches a confusion as well.
Yeah, I mean, could come into play, could not, but matter of the fact is Kyrio still has 2 more turns of Tailwind, so in a very commanding position here.
And even if Ludicolo fakes out here, at the most what Yoko could try to do could match Tailwinds, but Kyrio's Ludicolo could pick up the KO on the Pelipper.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, yeah, even if the Pelipper somehow survives the onslaught, has to fight through a confusion, get off the Tailwind. But I think it is in Yoko's best interest to go for a fake out. You want to try to mitigate as much damage as possible on these Tailwind turns, and I think it's crucial for her to set up Tailwind as well.
Yes, because a late game Tailwind on her hand, maybe she could come back with a bit of the speed advantage.
Truly, truly. And we are not sure about, her last Pokemon is Swampert, so actually she should be prioritizing getting rid of Ludicolo as well. And Kyrio recognizes that, switches out Ludicolo to preserve it for the back, brings in his Raichu. Pelipper,
it seems to be going for
protect here, yeah, because it did go first. It does not get it, and will feint to a Hurricane here. So Kyrio putting Yoko down to her last 2 Pokemon here.
But Yoko not going for the fake out, instead going straight for the Ice Beam onto the Pelipper.
Alright, that's...
Leave it above 16.
Yeah, not so much. I guess Energy Ball would have done more, because it is still neutral, but you do get the stab boost as well. So I'm not exactly sure. Swampert does come in, and down to a last 2 Pokemon. 1 more turn of Tailwind here for Kyrio.
With no Ludicolo on Kyrio's end, it's actually a bit easier for Yoko to play.
Indeed.
But Ludicolo is just waiting at the back.
Yes.
So, but maybe she can catch the Ludicolo on switch, and she could do something about it.
She has to. And again, I'm not entirely sure what Swampert can do in this situation. Raichu goes for fake out here, and Hurricane will connect with Ludicolo. Super effective hit. Will it be enough? Not quite. Just barely.
But it gets the confusion. Will the confusion be enough to take it out?
Well, let's see if it does.
No, it gets the energy ball off.
Should go into the Pelipper here.
Yes.
Should take it out. Yes, quite nicely. So no more Tailwind here for Kyrio as it peters out. And Ludicolo should be coming back to threaten this Swampert. Kyrio still has 1 more Pokemon unrevealed at this point, so he is definitely in the lead. It is the Incineroar, his last Pokemon revealed. Brings Fake Out as well.
I don't get why not Ludicolo though.
Well, I'm not entirely sure either, but at this point, you might want to sacrifice Pokemon to try to get damage on. I mean, at this position, Kyrio has Pokemon to trade, and in this position, why not? Incineroar also does bring Fake Out to the table, so you can Fake Out the Ludicolo. It does intimidate the Swampert as well, so there's that. And Fake Out will connect with Swampert actually. Okay, so Ludicolo free to fire off an attack, maybe. Yes, it does. It is the Waterium. So both players actually running the Waterium Z Ludicolo. Interesting. So again, one of Kyrio's Pokemon will go down. Maybe not Raichu if he's holding the Focus Sash, but it's okay. Kyrio is willing to trade at this point because anything will topple the Ludicolo at this point, and it'll just be a lone Swampert against, as you mentioned, a Ludicolo at the back.
Because by him going for the Waterium Z onto the Incineroar, that means Raichu will get an attack off here.
Yes.
Which will probably go into the Ludicolo?
Yes. Well played. Critical hit, truly mattered at that point with Ludicolo being at the red. And I don't see a way for Yoko to come out of this ahead. And you've got to think, maybe she got a bit too clever. Her leads were leads that took advantage of Rain without herself setting up Rain in the first place. But Swampert does not enjoy fighting Ludicolo at all.
Yes, especially with Pelipper as well. Once Pelipper gets the Tailwind up, you're already at a disadvantage because he's already ahead of you. So
yes.
Yoko should maybe in game 2 should try to match Tailwinds at least.
Yeah, and it is a very interesting position because the mirror match of Ludicolo and Pelipper, Ludicolo is the fastest thing on the field because of Swift Swim and both pack Waterium Z. But the interesting thing is both Pelipers, what they choose to do is going to be absolutely crucial. Will they try to go for the KO with Hurricane on the opposing Ludicolo, or will they try to set up Tailwind to sweep into the future? So what these players go for their Pelipers is going to be really interesting and quite crucial to the matchup. So I do believe I've kind of talked over that match. And
Raichu revealing Hidden Power. I don't think he should have revealed it that.
Well, might or might not come into play. Might discourage Yoko's Mans from hitting the field, which could be huge.
Or maybe he wants to scare Yoko's Mans.
Maybe, because Mans as well hits Ludicolo super effective with once he Mega Evolves. And but with this, okay, Yoko does have Ice Beam. That might not be the same for Kyriel. We've only seen the Waterium, Fake Out, and the Giga Drain at that point. Interesting, he chose to run Giga Drain though. Most players that run Waterium opt to go for Energy Ball for the increase in base power damage.
Maybe he just wants. Maybe his Ludicolo is a bulky variant. But then again,
I wouldn't say so, because as mentioned, as you pointed out earlier, the Fake Out, Kyriel's own Ludicolo got a Fake Out off onto Yoko. Again, could be a speed type, we're not sure. But I wouldn't say much bulk, but we'll see.
I feel Swampert for Yoko should be a late game play, I feel.
Swampert is actually okay. The crucial thing is to get rid of the Ludicolo, which is not really difficult for her to do, considering she has Pelipper. But once she's not able to do so, and she's just kept losing Pokemon over and over again under the Tailwind onslaught. So it was really smart of Kyriel to set up Tailwind while Yoko was trying to recover from her bad lead because of the Ludicolo putting so much pressure on the 4 times, with the 4 times grass weakness. So what are your thoughts? Do you think Kyriel is going to switch things up or not?
Well, Kyriel does have the game 1 advantage going into game 2.
Truly,
so
yes.
He could play a bit more risky on his end.
I mean, as a player yourself, would you take risks in game 2, or would you try to play conservatively to get the win?
I would, because as like you pointed out, Yoko had a very bad lead in game 1. So I would think like how Yoko would lead in game 2, then maybe try to fix around that.
Okay, well, we are going into game 2 here. No hesitation from both players. Rather quick decision. So, it'll be interesting to see what Kyriel and how Yoko adjusts this time. Maybe she actually leads Pelipper Ludicolo, because Pelipper has more use than just setting up rain in this case.
It would be funny if he leaded the opposite thing.
Oh yeah, exactly the same thing. We'll see. And
no Swampert.
Mans. So Yoko once again banking on the fact that Kyriel will set up rain for her. But okay, now the crucial part is whether Kyriel's Ludicolo has Ice Beam or not. Because if he does, then the Mans is in a world of hurt.
Yoko could try to go for the Fake Out on the Ludicolo, but seeing that she already lost the potential speed tie that we don't know of in game 1, I think it's quite a big risk for her.
Indeed, but I think it's a risk she might want to take, because if the Ludicolo fakes out her own Ludicolo, it leaves the Mans open for a double edge into Ludicolo, which but if it is a Mega Mans, right, then it's unlikely she brought the Swampert, so not really paving a way for a Swampert sweep. But yeah, getting rid of the Ludicolo under the rain is a huge deal.
I
and
think
Mans,
Yoko should be protecting the Mans here actually. No!
So it is a speed tie actually. Goes for the Fake Out here, and straight for the Ice Beam. Will it be enough to KO Mans here?
I think Yoko does run a bulky Mans.
Well, not bulky
not
enough
bulky
then.
enough.
At the very least, I think Pelipper's Sash is broken.
But Yoko losing her Mega out right there isn't very good for her.
Yeah, it's harsh. It's harsh. And yeah.
I mean, she does stop Tailwind from going up here, but
Hey, the lead you were talking about, we were both exact mirror match here. Although Kyriel's Pelipper does have a bit of chip damage.
yeah.
But you're right. I think Yoko is focusing too much on Megas when both her Megas are actually not ideal to fight Rain. If you think back to game 1, right, Kyriel didn't bring a Mega. All his Pokemon were just Pelipper, Ludicolo,
I think
Incineroar, Raichu.
if you look at Yoko's team and you try to bring Swampert, isn't it a bit hard?
Exactly. So he recognizes it as like, okay, I'm not going to bring a Mega. But Yoko seems to be like, I want to bring the Mega. I want that extra power. Ludicolo switches out here for the Raichu. Ludicolo Energy Ball into the Pelipper won't be enough to take it out. And Pelipper will set up Tailwind, and I expect Yoko to do the same.
Unless she's going for a Hurricane.
She is. Wow. Okay. Into the Raichu, which was previously the Ludicolo slot. Will it be confused? It will be confused.
But now Kyriel does have the speed advantage though.
Yes, indeed. Might be only for this turn. Yeah. Because Yoko could match the Tailwind easily.
A bit. Yoko could go. Kyriel could go for a Fake Out this turn.
Yes. There is confusion on the Raichu, which is something he has to be watch out for. Although a a straight up Thunderbolt and a double into the Pelipper would be ideal as well.
See Raiju trying to move. Wait, move.
Oh,
Yes,
does go for Thunderbolt.
onto the Pelipper, obviously.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah,
Does
fun.
bring it to Sash.
Yafan hanging on with 1 HP on its focus there. Oh, but he gets the paralysis.
Well, I don't think it matters because I think Kyril is going to double
Oh yeah,
as it does. It's a smart move because while he's at has the speed advantage, he just gets rid of Yoko's opportunity to set up as well. And he's going to lose Pelipper in the process, but oh, okay, maybe he's going to lose Raichu in the process, but I think it's a deal he's willing to take.
Yeah, it would have been a lot. As in, if Pelipper went down, it was okay for Kyril.
Actually, I think Pelipper should have gone down because Pelipper threatens Ludicolo with the Hurricane.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So now it's even better for Kyril.
Yeah.
And now Kyril will just get another fake off. And the last one is...
Escavalier, which we seen in game 1, just dies to a Hydro Vortex.
So it's quite... I think at this point, it's quite straightforward.
Yeah, it's cut and dry here for Kyril. Just Hurricane into the Ludicolo, just Hydro Vortex into the Escavalier. Doesn't matter if Escavalier protects, you just want to get damage. And you can just scout it later on. And he still has one more Pokemon at the back to play with. Yeah.
So, should be game here for Kyril.
Well, yes. It is heavily skewed in Kyril's favor. And rightly so, because he's positioned himself so well. He's identified things like, oh, my Mega is not suited for this matchup. I'm just going to bring Rain. Doesn't matter whether Yoko brings it or not. And he's recognized that his Pelipper's Tailwind will be the key to the matchup here. No Protect coming out. Escalator should go down in a single hit here.
Yep, definitely won't be able to take it in rain. Yeah, so from this match, we kind of learned that even though Mirrors, Megas, you might not need it.
Yeah, especially in this matchup where you don't necessarily need a Mega to take it out. Ludicolo does hang on, does finish off Pelipper with an Energy Ball here, but not going to be quite enough to finish the game here for Yoko. Yeah, and you kind of feel that Yoko just felt that, you know, she had the compulsion to bring the Mega was what caused her to put at disadvantage. And it's the Fini at the back. Okay.
Interesting choice to bring the Fini though.
Yeah, doesn't have a good matchup against the Ludicolo. But
against everything else, actually, if you look at Yoko's team, it's actually not bad. Once you take out Ludicolo, other than Poco, which I don't think she will bring, it's actually quite decent.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue that Scavalier maybe because you can't really Moonblast, but you do have the water typing to hit it effectively. Yeah, so definitely a good adjustment from the Incineroar, which he brought in the first game, which he still won. So,
and we see Kyril going for the final Giga Drain, not Energy Ball.
Yeah, not Energy Ball.
And he will proceed on to top 4.
A very clean game actually, if you think about it. 2-0.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't remember in the first game. Did he just 4-0 Yoko? I wasn't sure. I don't think so.
No, I think it came down to like 2.
But it was still a very commanding victory, and you kind of wonder how Yoko could have adjusted to that.
I feel that Pelipper Ludicolo wasn't a bad lead for Yoko. At least she could play the mirror games, matching Tailwind.
Yes, definitely.
The mind games.
Definitely. I think where she fell short was not recognizing that Kyril is going to go for the Tailwind and get a speed advantage. And Kyril does, I think, have a slight team matchup advantage. The Raichu sort of stopping the Coco from making an appearance. And yeah, but Kyril did manage to position himself well, stop Yoko from getting off Tailwinds and things. And it didn't help that Yoko's first game, her lead was not really good. Yeah.
Okay, so that we won't be having any interviews today. We'll be back shortly with our top 4 match.
So stay tuned.